Hello student, in today's session we will solve one numerical which is based on relative velocity method. We have to find out or we have to solve the problem in which we have to find out the angular acceleration or acceleration of the any limb in a given mechanism, and mechanism is slider mechanism or IC engine mechanism. So here is the statement of the numerical and we have to solve this numerical by using the relative velocity method. Okay, so statement of the numerical is given here. In an IC engine mechanism as shown in the figure, this is the IC engine mechanism in which crank rotates at 600 rpm. Here this is the crank AB which is rotated at 600 rpm. The length of the crank AB is 0.5 meter. This length is 0.5 meter and connecting rod is 2 meter long. The B2P is a connecting rod and it is rotated at, or its length is 2 meter long. Main crank is turned through 45 degree from IDC. Means that this crank is rotated 45 degree from inner dead center. Means this angle made by the crank AB in this side or from inner dead center, that is 45 degree. Find the velocity of the piston. They ask to find out the velocity of this piston P, the angular velocity of the connecting rod. We have to find out the angular velocity of the connecting rod. The velocity of the point D on a connecting rod which is at 0.5 meter from B. Here is a point D which is at 0.5 meter from the point B, and we have to find out the velocity of this point D and acceleration of the point D and angular acceleration of the connecting rod. They ask to find out the acceleration of the point D and angular acceleration of the connecting rod. Okay. So first of all, what is given? They given that the end of AB, the speed of AB is 600 rpm. We have to convert this rpm into radian per second. So omega of AB is equal to 2 pi n of AB divided by 60, that is equal to 2 pi into n is 600 divided by 60, and its value becomes 62.831 radian per second. This is the angular velocity of the crank AB. Then we have to find out the velocity of the link AB. The velocity of the link AB, V of AB is equal to angular velocity of AB into length of the link AB. So into AB. So 62.831 into 0.5. The length of the link AB is 0.5 meter. If we put this value in meter, we will get the velocity in meter per second. And if we put this value in mm, then we will get the velocity in mm per second. But for simplicity or for small value, always find out the velocity in meter per second. Okay, so it becomes 31.42 meter per second. It's the velocity of the AB. Okay. Now we have to draw the velocity triangle, or we have to find out the velocity diagram for this mechanism. Okay. So here the point A is fixed and the slider is moving on this fixed link. This slider is moving along this stroke line. Okay. So point A is fixed. So we will mark this as a point A which is fixed. Okay. Now we have to draw the velocity vector for link AB. As we discussed that velocity vector is always perpendicular to the link length. The velocity vector is always perpendicular to the link length. So draw our line which is passing through point A and perpendicular to the AB. So this is my line which is passing through point A and perpendicular to the this link AB. Okay, the point B will lie on this line, and it is the velocity of the AB is 31.416 meter per second. Take some suitable scale, so the diagram will be not so large or it's not so small. So I will take as a scale 1 centimeter is equal to 6 meter per second. I have taken a scale that is 1 centimeter is equal to 6 meter per second. Convert this velocity of the link AB into centimeter by using this scale. Divide by this 6, it becomes 5 point something. So from point A, mark the point B on this line. Mark the point B on this line, and this vector AB shows the velocity of the point B with respect to A. Now, as we discussed that the velocity vector is always perpendicular to the link. The velocity vector is always perpendicular to the link. So, draw one line which is perpendicular to this link PBP. Draw a line which is perpendicular to this link BP and passing through this point B. Passing through point B. So, suppose this is my line. How we draw this line? We draw a one line which is passing through this point B and which is perpendicular to this link BP. Okay. Now, why this we draw a line perpendicular to BP? Because velocity vector is always perpendicular to the link line. Here this slider is moves along this straight line. Here this slider P is moves along a straight line. Means its velocity vector is lie on this line. In the case of slider, always remember that velocity vector is not perpendicular to the motion of the slider. The velocity vector is along the movement of the slider. As slider is moves along this horizontal line or this stroke line, the velocity vector of the slider should be lie on this horizontal line. Okay, so as this link is fixed and slider is moves along a fixed line, draw a line passing through this point A. As suppose we consider this is the link 1, then this also link number 1. Means these both links are fixed. So draw a line which is passing through this point A and which is parallel to this stroke line. So this is my stroke. And where these two lines meet, we will get the point P. Okay, and this is my velocity vector, velocity of point P is B, and this is the velocity of the point P, which is x. Okay, so this is my velocity triangle. Okay, now we have to show this point D. The point D, here the point D is lie on the connecting node BP. So the point D should be lie on this vector B to P. But where its exact position? Before finding the point D where it will lie, first of all measure the vector B to P. Vector B to P is equal to, measure this vector length by using any protractor or a scale, and this vector become 3.7. If we measure this vector, it becomes 3.7 centimeter. If we measure this vector, B to B it becomes 3.7 centimeter. Okay, so multiply these 3.7 centimeter by these scales. So we will get the velocity of the point P. We will get the velocity of the point P with respect to point B. Okay, so V of point P with respect to B is equal to 3.7 into 6. Why we multiply by this 6? Because here we take the 1 centimeter is equal to 6 meter per second. So this becomes 22.2 meter per second. Means the velocity of the point P with respect to B, the velocity of the point P with respect to B is 22 meter per second. Here they ask the angular velocity of the connecting rod. They ask to find out the angular velocity of the connecting rod, means the omega of dp. We have a formula that velocity of any link is equal to its length is r into omega. If we want to find out the linear velocity of the any link, we can find out it by using the relation that is r is the length of the link and omega is the angular velocity of the link. So if we take here for a link BP, so here r is length of the link BP or PB. So length of the link BP is 2 meter and omega of PB, and here it is 22.2. So omega of connecting rod is 11.1 radian per second. Yes, omega of link PB, that is angular velocity of the PB, is 11.1 radian per second. The first is the velocity of the piston. They ask the velocity of the piston, means they ask the velocity of point P with respect to A. So here measure this vector. Vector A to P is equal. If we measure this by using a scale or a protractor, the vector AP is equal to 4.4 centimeter. It becomes 4.4 centimeter. Multiply it by 6 because scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 6 meter per second. So velocity of the point P is equal to 4.4 into 6. So velocity of the piston is 26.4 meter per second. As they ask, the first one is find the velocity of the piston. So velocity of the piston here is 26.4 meter per second. Now we have to locate the point D. We have to locate the point D where it will lie on this vector. So for this purpose we have one relation. We use a relation, that is, if we take the ratio of if we consider this diagram here, B by P upon B by D. If we take the ratio of B by P divided by B by D, it is equal to, in this diagram also, so it becomes vector B to P upon vector B to D. We have a relation that if we consider this configuration diagram and if we take the ratio of B to P upon B to D, it will equal to ratio of B to P upon B to D. Here BP is 2, BD is equal to 0.5 meter, DP means we have to measure this distance, and the vector BP is 3.7. Here vector B to D. So B to D is equal to 3.7 into 0.5 divided by 2. and it is equal to, which is equal to 0.925 centimeter. B to D is equal to 0.925 centimeter, means from point B, the point B will lie at a distance of 0.925 centimeter. So we will mark the point B at a distance of 0.925 centimeter from the point B, and if we join A to D, A to D, this will give the velocity of the point B with respect to A. Velocity of the point B with respect to A. And here they ask the velocity of the point D on a connecting rod from the B. We have to find out the velocity of the point D. So, to find out the velocity of the point D, we have to measure the vector A to D. Vector A to D is equal to, if we measure this vector A to D, if we measure this vector, it becomes 4.8 centimeter. 4.8 centimeter. Multiply this 4.8 centimeter by scale, we will get the velocity in meter per second. So velocity of the point D, velocity of the point D is 28.8 meter per second. Velocity of the point D is 28.8 meter per second. Okay. Now we have to find out the acceleration of the point D and angular acceleration of the connecting rod. Okay. So for this purpose, first of all, we will click this. For this purpose, we have to make one table. We will make table, that is, it contains link, length of the link, then velocity of link, then acceleration of the link, that is normal acceleration. The formula for normal acceleration is equal to v square upon r, and tangential acceleration is equal to alpha into r. Okay, we have to make this table and then we will draw the acceleration diagram. Okay, so first of all, we will draw here the configuration diagram in small. So, angle is, so first link is link AB. Link AB. What is the length of the link AB is 0.5. We will take this link in meter. This velocity is meter per second, meter per second square, and meter per second square. Okay. So its length is 0.5 meter and its velocity is 31.416. The velocity of the link is 31.416. Now we will find out its normal acceleration. The normal acceleration formula for normal acceleration is equal to v square upon r. The velocity is 31.416 meter per second and its length is 0.5. If we calculate this becomes 1973.8 meter per second square. If we calculate the normal acceleration of the link AB, it becomes 1973.8 meter per second square. What is the value of tangential acceleration? The formula for tangential acceleration is alpha into r, means its length into its angular acceleration. But here link AB is rotated with the uniform angular velocity. As the angular velocity is uniform, means its angular acceleration is 0, and therefore this tangential acceleration of the link AB becomes 0. If any body is rotating with the constant angular velocity or a uniform angular velocity, then its angular acceleration is 0, and formula for tangential acceleration is alpha into r. Alpha means angular acceleration, and if alpha is 0, then tangential acceleration is 0. Okay, this is our first part. Then we will consider the link B to P. We will consider the link B to P. The length of the link BP is 2 meter. And what is the velocity of the link BP? The velocity of the link BP is 22.2 meter per second. 22.2 meter per second. Find its normal acceleration. The normal acceleration is v square upon r. V square is V is 22.2, r is 2, and if we solve this, we will get it 246.42 meter per second. 246.42 meter per second. And what is its tangential acceleration? So what is its tangential acceleration? Alpha into r. We know the r, but we don't know the alpha, so we have to find out. So I will mark here as a question. Now, the third link is piston. The third link is a piston P. As piston P means the piston is moved along this straight line, its length is infinity. Its value of r is infinity, and as this length is infinity, what is the velocity of the piston? The velocity of the piston, as we calculated it is 26.4 meter per second. It is the velocity of the piston is 26.4 meter per second. What is the normal acceleration of the piston? The formula for normal acceleration is v square upon r. R is infinity, and if we take the anything divided by infinity, it becomes 0. So its normal acceleration is 0, and we have to find out its tangential acceleration. Normal acceleration of the piston is 0. Why 0? Because its length is infinity, and as the piston length is infinity, v square upon r is 26.4 divided by infinity is 0, and we have to find out the tangential acceleration. Okay. So when we construct the acceleration diagram, we will get these two values. So how to construct the acceleration diagram? First of all, if we consider here the point A is fixed, so we will mark here the point A. Okay. Here we have to take one scale. First of all, we will take see there in this column, or if we consider this normal acceleration column, here this value is near about 2000. It is 246. Here it is 0. So take a suitable scale. So I will mark here scale. 1 centimeter is equal to 250 meter per second. 1 centimeter is equal to 250 meter per second. Okay. Now, as we discussed in the last lecture that the normal acceleration of the link is always in the direction of the link, or the normal acceleration of the link is always in the direction or in a parallel to the link. So here is point A, and if we want to find, here we have a magnitude of the normal acceleration of the link AB, So we have to draw a one line which is passing through this point A and which is parallel to AB. Okay. We consider there is point A and draw a line which is parallel to link AB and passing through A. Okay. Now, as we discussed the tangential, we discussed the two forces, that is centripetal force and centrifugal force. Both forces are same in magnitude but opposite in direction. The centripetal force and centrifugal force are same in magnitude but opposite in direction. And if we consider this link AB, here the centrifugal force will acting along this direction and centripetal force acting along this direction. So our point B will lie below the point A. Why point B lie below the point A, or why point B will lie in this direction of the A? Because centripetal force and centrifugal force are same in magnitude but opposite in direction, and centrifugal force is acting in this direction and centripetal force acting in this direction. Therefore point A will lie along or on this side. Okay. Why centrifugal force is acting along this direction? Because the link length AB or link AB is in this direction. Therefore centrifugal force is acting on this direction and centripetal force acting in this direction. Okay. So take a scale, convert this value in centimeter by using this scale. It becomes, I think so, 7.8 or something. So from point A, convert this 1973.8 into centimeter and mark the point B here. Mark the point B here. Okay. Sorry, it's not B, it becomes B dash. B is the total acceleration of the link. B point is the total acceleration of the link. We have to find out the tangential, normal, and then we can convert it into overall acceleration of the link. Okay. So this is point B dash as a tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration is always perpendicular to the link. As we discussed in previous session that the tangential acceleration of the link is always perpendicular to the direction of the link. So tangential acceleration of the link AB is perpendicular to this. So if you draw this line, the point B double dash will lie on this line. But the tangential acceleration is 0. Therefore point B double dash also lie on the same position, that is B. Point B dash and B double dash will lie on the same line or same position. So the point B means point B should be at the position of the B dash and B double dash. So it becomes the point B. Why point B, B dash and B double dash lie at the same position? Because the tangential acceleration is 0. That's why point B, B dash and B double dash will lie at the same position. Okay? Okay. So we will rub this. So we get the point B here. So it is a acceleration vector. It is a acceleration vector of the link AB, and it becomes, that is AP of link BA, and it is also equal to total acceleration of the link AB. Okay? Okay. Now we have that is tangential acceleration, we have a normal acceleration of the link BP, and normal acceleration is always lie, or it is always acting in a direction of the link. Okay, so draw a line which is passing through point B and parallel to BP. convert these normal acceleration into centimeter. By using this scale, it becomes something 0.95 centimeter. So we will get here the point P dash. Here we get the point P dash. Now, tangential acceleration. We don't have a magnitude of the tangential acceleration, but we have a direction of the tangential acceleration. That tangential acceleration is perpendicular to the link BP. The tangential acceleration is perpendicular to the link BP. So draw a one line which is passing through this P dash and perpendicular to BP. So this is the line on which these tangential acceleration of the link BP will lie. Okay. Now, as this slider moves along the stroke line, its velocity, its acceleration vector is parallel to this stroke line. Its acceleration vector is parallel to this stroke line. So draw one line which is parallel to this stroke line and passing through point A. And where these two lines, this line and this line meet each other, we will get the point P. We will get the point P. So join A to P means this line A to P. If we see here, the normal acceleration of the piston is 0, means this vector will show the acceleration of the piston, that is tangential acceleration, or it is equal to acceleration of the piston. If we join B to P, then this vector will represent the acceleration of the point P with respect to B. This line will show the normal acceleration of the point P with respect to B, and this line will show the tangential acceleration of the point P with respect to B. Okay. So this is our velocity diagram. But we have to show that is point D. Where point D will lie? The point D will lie on this vector, but where its exact position? So by using the relation, that is B to P upon B to D is equal to B to P upon B to D is equal to B to P upon B to D in the acceleration diagram. Okay. So we have BP is equal to 2 meter, B to D is equal to 0.5 meter. Measure this vector B to P. Measure this vector B to P. If we measure this vector B to P, its value becomes 5.7 centimeter into B to D. Convert this, so B to D is equal to 5.7 into 0.5 divided by 2. So its value becomes 1.425 centimeter. So from point B, measure a distance 1.425 centimeter. Mark the point D here. Join A with D, and this diagram will show the acceleration of the point D. Acceleration of the point D acceleration of the point D. Okay, now I will rub this. So we have to find out this fourth quantity, that is acceleration of the point D. So vector A to D, vector A to D is equal to, measure this vector A to D by using some measuring instrument, that is scale or protractor. The vector A to D is equal to 7 cm. If we measure this vector A to D, it becomes 7 centimeter. Multiply, so acceleration of the D is 7 into 250, because scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 250 meter per second. So it becomes 1725 meter per second square. Okay, 1750 meter per second. And next term they ask that the angular acceleration of the connecting rod. Angular acceleration of the connecting rod. See here, this vector, that is B to P vector, shows the overall acceleration of the point P with respect to B. This vector, that is P to P dash, the vector P to P dash will show the tangential acceleration of the connecting rod. The vector P to P dash will show the tangential acceleration of the connecting rod. So tangential acceleration of P to D is equal to, measure this distance by using some measuring instrument, that is scale or protractor. If we measure this distance P to P dash, it is 5.5 centimeter. Okay, 5.5 centimeter. Here the vector P to P dash is equal to 5.5 centimeter. So tangential acceleration of the point P with respect to B is equal to 5.5 into 250, that is equal to 1375 meter per second square. And we have a formula that tangential acceleration is equal to r into alpha. So tangential acceleration of the limb PB is equal to 1375 r. R is the length of the B to P, means length of the connecting rod. What is the length of the connecting rod? Length of the connecting rod is 2 meter, and this is the alpha of point P to B. If we solve this, we will get alpha of PB is equal to 787.5 radian per second. That is alpha of PB is equal to 687.5 radian per second. Okay. So this is the overall solution of our numerical. Means how we can use relative velocity method to find out the acceleration and velocity, angular acceleration, angular velocity, linear and acceleration, linear velocity of the any link in a given mechanism. Okay. So this is the numerical which is based on relative velocity method, and problem is the ICG. So up till now we discussed what is relative velocity method, how the relative velocity method is used to find out the acceleration and velocity of 4-bar chain mechanism or sliding, right?